Hello, and welcome to Go Live Every Day in August. This is day 3, August 3rd, and we're going live every day in August. And for my third broadcast, third Facebook Live, I'm doing the tried and true Ask Me Anything format, which means it's basically Q&A. So, yeah, if you have a question, feel free to type it in the chat and it will come up on screen. Ask away, and in the meantime, while we build up the viewership here, I will. Oh, Lon, you're too good to me. That's a good question, and the answer is I have good friends and mentors like Lon. So, thanks, Lon. So yeah, so I've been doing these. Daryl, I cannot answer that question. It could be your diet. I'm so tempted to show that on screen. So yeah, so we're doing this Go Live Every Day in August thing. Carol, I didn't go to Tufts. My brother Dave went to Tufts and graduated in '85, maybe. I went to Boston College. So anyway, and now I have 2 kids in college. I'm like, how can that be? I just was in college, wasn't I? So I'm going to just answer a couple of basic questions that have been coming in about the Go Live Every Day in August video challenge. It's free. I'm just doing it because I want to go live every day in August, and I want folks to come along with me. Thank you, Carol. Yeah, so one of the questions is, oh, well, is there a topic every day? No, there's not a specific topic every day. You can do whatever you want. You can talk about whatever you want. You can go live whenever, wherever you want. I mean, the nice thing about Facebook Live is it's pretty low-hanging fruit in terms of technology. Hey, Lucille's here, and she has a question. Can I give you a recommendation for a light to use when doing videos? I have, I can't really turn the camera around right now, but you can see the reflection of it here. I have what's called a softbox light. It's kind of a fluorescent light that's diffused, and you can get these softbox lights. They come in sets of 2 or 3, and I get them on Amazon.com, and I think they're even under $100. So it's softbox light. Cowboy Studios is one of the brands. Fancier Studios is another one. So I actually have 3, and I'm only using 1 right now because it's daytime, and you can see the reflection of it in this computer. It doesn't work. Okay, so when Philip says when he clicks on live video, he gets a permission denied, something to do with settings. Go back to your Facebook. You might, if you're doing it from your phone, you may have to update or reload Facebook on your iPhone. That's what I had to do if you're on an iPhone. I had to go back and re-upload that, which is a pain. And again, I'm not making any claims to be a Facebook expert, because I am definitely not. I am figuring this stuff out as I go along. And Facebook, much like YouTube, changes quickly, and you have to try and keep up with all the craziness. So I'll see, Philip, if I can find out anything about why you're getting a permission denied when you go to do a live video. What I get sometimes is that you can't go live because there's no connection. So if your Wi-Fi is not good enough, you won't be able to go live. Or if you don't have a strong enough signal, so you can try that. Oh, you don't see the monitor. Hold on a second. How come I don't see your monitor reflecting? This computer, this old Mac is no more. I'm just waiting for an electronics recycler to get rid of it, unfortunately. But this is the light that's over there reflecting off of the computer. So hopefully that tells you that. And I have the light high enough so I don't think it's reflecting in my glasses, which is a new thing. You know, you turn 50 and everything goes south. So, oh, you're saying you're seeing the monitor reflecting in my glasses. That's a good question. I don't know why it's not bouncing off my glasses. I mean, if I go a certain way, you can see the light off my glasses. It might just be that angle, or it might just be that My monitor is not bright enough to be reflecting. I don't know. That's weird. Okay, so I get it now. All right, cool. So Philip says it's on the laptop that he's having trouble with. It says permission denied when you go live. I don't know if anybody else is here that might be able to answer that. I have not come across that. As you said, it could be something to do with the settings. Are you able to do anything else video-wise, YouTube, etc.? Camtasia? Huh, strange. So again, right now I'm using BeLive.tv, and I like it because you can do you can show the questions on screen, or you can show lower thirds like that. And then when people ask questions, you can have them pop up on screen, like Lucille's question about lighting. And I can go back to the old questions, and I can show Daryl's question, which I really can't answer. I'm not a doctor, so that's a little bit beyond the scope of my expertise. Wirecast I have not used, but from what I have heard and read from colleagues, it's a little pricey. So I prefer BeLive.tv because it's easy. I can show my little logos here. I can have a little border or not. And can you broadcast your screen? Yes, which is awesome, except that I don't remember how. So I have to figure it out. Yeah, that's the other thing that's great about BeLive.tv is when you set it up. Actually, I think I would have had to set it up differently to share my screen. When I set it up for solo broadcast, but you can you can do 2 people on screen or 3 people on screen. So yeah, so when you set it up, you can do that. Hey, Kim, the border, when you set up BeLive.tv, they give you the opportunity to set up brand colors, and I picked blue. They give you the opportunity to do borders, so I just did this plain blue border, and they give you the opportunity to upload a little logo bug, which is that AMA, Ask Me Anything, little logo that I put up there. So you have the ability to do that as you set up your broadcast. And I don't think I can change it on the fly. I'm not seeing any place where I can do that. But again, I haven't been using BeLive that much. And I'm trying to remember how much it is too. Is it $20 a month? It says my free trial will end in 1 day. So I'll have to figure that out. So April and Barb are my BeLive.tv fairy godmothers or guardian angels. So they usually help me out with stuff that I don't know because they've been doing it a lot more frequently than I have. I'm just on day 3 of this thing like you guys. So I'm going through the go live every day in August challenge just like anybody else. And just trying to figure it out as I go along. But yeah, I like BeLive. I mean, you can, let's see, you can do multi-person broadcasts. You can do screen sharing, but I think I would have had to set that up before I went live because right now I don't see any controls that show that I can go and share my screen. But I can put little messages to Facebook. And I can do the, obviously I can do the little things on screen like that. I can say, got a question, and I can type it in on the fly. And then just show it like that. Oops, did I do that right? Yeah. So, and I have my logo here that I also set up earlier, which doesn't really work very well because it's too dark. But anyway, so all this logo, all this crap on the screen was set up before the broadcast. But I can also show stuff like on the fly, like if I just type in, hey, got a question, I can show that as well. And I just like the fact that, when somebody has a question or when somebody wants to come on and say something, I can show their question on the screen, which is kind of cool. And And then when there are no questions, I can just show a lower third instead, like that. So it works out pretty well. Let me see if there are any other questions. And what I was doing earlier was answering some of the frequently asked questions. Was if I'm doing the Go Live Every Day in August challenge, is there a particular topic every day? Not really. I mean, I've given you in the group, I put like a calendar of 31 different ideas or topics or thought starters that you can use. But again, those are just ideas. I'm not really dictating like, okay, it's August 3rd, we have to talk about blah, blah, blah. So that is up to you. What I do in the group is I send out a daily reminder or prompt to say like, okay, it's day 4, time to go live. You can do it whenever you want on your schedule. You can do it from your phone. You can do it from your desktop. Whatever works for you. I've tried to make this as flexible as possible and as easy as possible. So you can work it around your schedule. You can work it around your themes and topics. Some people are doing a series, like a tip series is always good. Some people are doing Q&As. Some folks who are a little bit more advanced are doing interviews and 2- and 3-person broadcasts, which is kind of cool because if you set up BeLive.tv in advance, you can set it up for a 2- or 3-person broadcast, which is kind of cool. Let me see if there's any other questions. Philip has a question about the reverse type. Is there a setting for the front phone to show a correct view? So this is about when you show things on screen on Facebook Live, how they look backwards because it's the mirror image. Don't have that problem with BeLive TV, fortunately. And I don't know, I have yet to find a solution for that. I'm sure there's one out there, or there are different, software things that you can use to make the type appear the right way. But I don't recall that. I mean, my way around that is to just basically use BeLive.tv, and that way if I show something on screen, like Brian G. Johnson's book, it'll hopefully show you that and not backwards. So that I haven't figured out yet. I think there's a way. I think I've even seen Joel Calm or somebody talking about it, but I can't remember what the trick is to that. I'll try to find out. But when you do it on Facebook Live, yes, some of the print is backwards. If you do it on BeLive.tv, you don't have that issue. And Philip says, if you use the camera where you can't see yourself, it's not reversed. So again, a lot of it has to do with are you using the front-facing or the rear-facing camera on your mobile device. And in the case of, the iPhone, obviously you've got the front camera or the back camera. So you can always try that. And all I have to do is find how to share my screen. That's the only thing that I don't see here. And again, I may have, it's possible that I was supposed to set that up before I got into the broadcast here, but that's the way it goes. So let's see what else we have here. We have the reverse type question. So other questions that we're getting, do you have to go live every day? No, I mean, you're not going to get penalized if you don't, but it's all about making it a habit and, making the commitment to do something several weeks in a row so you get more comfortable with it. A lot of people in the Go Live Every Day in August challenge are total newbies to Facebook Live. And some of them are doing their lives for the very first time, which is so cool. And there's, well over 300 people in the group now. So that's pretty good. It's amazing to see all the videos in the queue in the Go Live Facebook group, which is a public group, by the way. So yeah, it's really encouraging to see people giving it a try. And that's the whole idea, is to, give it a try, see what works, see what doesn't work, figure it out as you go along. And, it doesn't have to be perfect. Yesterday, in a moment of temporary insanity, I'm having a dental implant done on my teeth. That's TMI, right? But I have a temporary tooth cap, whatever. And yesterday I went on the air. I went live without my tooth. So I look like a kind of a hillbilly, I guess. But now the teeth are in and everything is awesome. All right, so let me see if there are any other questions here. Lon, when your Facebook Live session is over, can you download it and repurpose it on YouTube? Awesome question, and the answer is a resounding yes. In fact, our friend, who you may know, Hannah Mora from Canada, has software called Repurpose.io. Repurpose.io, and for, I think it's $12 a month, it will automatically send your Facebook Live broadcasts to YouTube, to your YouTube channel when you're done. So you don't have to manually download it and re-upload it back to YouTube. You can just set it up so that your Facebook Lives automatically get sent to YouTube. So yeah, hit Hanny up. He'll probably set you up. Which is good because it's just like you don't have to think about it. Like, okay, great. As soon as this Facebook Live is done, it will show up on my YouTube channel with the comments and everything. And that's kind of cool. And he also has similar software that does essentially the same thing. I think it's called Simple Social Press, that will send your Facebook Lives to your WordPress blog. So you can basically do video blogs or vlogs and send all your Facebook Lives to your blog as well. So I'm going to put that on screen, repurpose.io. And you could use repurpose.io/Lou, which is my affiliate link. You don't have to, but you could. And it's like $12 a month. It's really, really good for podcasters as well, because you can send your podcast to YouTube, and it will show like a sound wave and a screenshot. So it's not just, audio. There's audio and a picture, audio and a visual. So that's kind of cool. So there's a lot of things that Repurpose software will do for you. You can send podcasts to YouTube. You can send your Facebook Lives to YouTube. And Elaine asks, are those automatically transferred to YouTube? Can they be edited? It's going to go to YouTube if you have it set up automatically. It's going to go to YouTube as is. But you can also change the settings to do it manually so that you can say, all right, you know what, I want to clean this video up a little bit. I want to do some editing, and then you can send it to YouTube as well. And Barb says, do I want you to share this to the group? Yes, I thought, oh, you know what? I have it going to my personal profile. So what I'll do is I'll share it to our Go Live group afterwards, unless you want to share the link. Barb, thank you. All right, Lon, good to see you. And I will talk to you soon. Lon Naylor, ladies and gentlemen, one of my friends and mentors, and the person to talk to about Camtasia, anything Camtasia, anything and everything Camtasia. Lon Naylor is your guy. Thank you, Barb. You're going to share. And Philip has another question. If your video on the challenge is public, does Facebook immediately start notifying the public as they do if we are directly on Facebook Live? I think it depends where if you're posting in the group, it'll stay in the group unless you share it to your profile. Bob will correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not sure I understand the question. Let's see. But if you post in the group, will people get notifications? I'm not sure. Maybe Barb knows. I don't know. I mean, usually what I do is typically I'll post the Facebook Live on my profile, my personal profile first, only because I have the most potential reach there. And then I'll share it to maybe my business page or to the Go Live group and stuff like that. So I don't know exactly how that works. If you post in a public group, do your people get notified? Good question, and I will defer that one to Barb or somebody who has been using Facebook Live longer than me. Thank you, Barb, for posting this in the Go Live group. We made that a public group because we want people to be able to share in and out of it. And if it's a private group and somebody posts something there, they can't, really get their video out. We want your videos to be repurposed and shared as much as possible. So that's it. So we made it public. All right, so I'm going to show my little Ask Me Anything thing one more time to see if there are any other questions from folks. Oh, Elaine says, I was hinting recently about the YouTube editor going away. That's true. YouTube is what they call sunsetting. They're canning it. I mean, come on, they're getting rid of it. Why did this come up with a fancy term? Sunsetting. We're sunsetting the video editor. So yes, the YouTube onboard video editor, which I often recommend is one of the quickest and easiest ways to clean up your video, is actually going away. So that kind of stinks. But there's always wevideo.com, which is a really good online editor with a very user-friendly interface. So we'll have to somehow live without the YouTube video editor. Lots of changes at YouTube. I mean, annotations are being replaced by cards, and it's just a never-ending saga of changes and evolution, as it probably should be. So yeah, all right. So I'm going to stay on till at least 1:30 Eastern. See if anybody else has any questions, and just wing it if they don't. I can put my little lower third here. I've got my brand colors, which are blue and blue. As you can see on the BeLive.tv, as Kim was asking earlier, you can set up and customize sort of the branding or the experience. So I can put my little AMA bug up here on the top right. I can have my lower third. I can show people's questions like that, and I can go back and show older questions like that if I want to, go back and reference an older question, which is really cool because it gives the folks who are participating kind of a stake in the show and kind of a way to be involved and be recognized. So Lucille had a question earlier about lights, and I recommend softbox lights that you can get at Amazon.com. Let's see what Elaine has to say. So while the YouTube editor is still there, do your finesses now, right? Yes, because YouTube's going to save it as an edited video. So yeah, I don't know when they're getting rid of it. I just heard that they were sunsetting it, but you can still use it as long as it's there and make your edits. Again, I would use the YouTube editor. I typically use that just to chop off the first couple seconds of a video at the beginning or the end. Sometimes I'd use it to stitch videos together if I was doing a montage. But, again, I was a fan of the YouTube editor because it was free and because it was easy. As far as paid things go, iMovie, Final Cut Pro, Camtasia, even WeVideo, which is online, are going to be more, have a lot more functionality than the YouTube editor did. So, all right. So Bob has shared this to the Go Live group. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. And we have talked about lighting. We've talked about the text being backwards or forwards on the screen. Again, I'm just showing you this book so you can see the text and see how it's the right way when you use BeLive.tv. So some of the stuff I don't know all the ins and outs of it. But anyway. So this is it, Facebook Live using BeLive.tv, and we are on day 3 of our 31-day Go Live every day in August video challenge, which is great. We have hundreds of people doing this. We have a private, well, not a private, we have a public Facebook group, and we're sending out prompts every day to remind folks to go live. It's kind of addicting. I found myself thinking about okay, when is there an opportunity to go live? And if I have my phone with me, I can do it pretty much any time. So I'm always thinking about, if I have a connection and I have my phone with me and I have Wi-Fi, I could really go live. I almost did a sunset yesterday, but that would have been the 3rd time I was live that day. So I thought maybe I'll just cool it. Rocco, what are you doing? And I was going to do Rocco Cam too, but it's so hot here, he's sleeping. So maybe what I'll do is put the GoPro on Rocco and do Rocco Cam and let him run wild and do a Facebook Live with Rocco at the helm. We'll see how that goes. See if there are any other questions. Just scrolling through here. Any final questions? And I can type here and show the stuff on screen. So when I want to put something up, I just put it up myself as well. Hi, Denise. Still wicked hot there? Wicked hot? But it's not a dry heat. I guess my wife is in Anaheim. She's been there for like 3 weeks, taking care of her dad. And she said it was really hot, like humid, which is not normal for LA. Usually you guys get the dry desert kind of heat. But I understand it's rather warm there, which beats snow. So yeah, Denise says it's wicked hot and humid in the Southland, Southern California. So my wife's in Orange County with her family. I'm back here in New Hampshire, where it is what is it today? It is a balmy 80 degrees, partly cloudy. And Elaine says it's wicked hot and humid. Oh, wait, no, that's Denise, sorry. Elaine says, are we planning any more OBS stuff in the succeeding weeks? I have to be honest with you, I have kind of abandoned OBS, which is the open source, what is it called? Open broadcaster system or something, which, you know, I like, and it's really cool because you can do all kinds of crazy stuff with it and add effects and share your screen and do multi-camera. But it's not the most user-friendly thing in the world by a long shot. And it's kind of a pain. So I thought, well, damn, if I can use BeLive.tv, which is more user-friendly and much easier than, you know, with OBS, you've got to copy these codes and APIs and plug this in and copy and paste that. It's just kind of a pain. Elaine says it's wicked hot and humid in Maryland as well. It sounds like the whole United States is in a big old heat wave. So yeah, hot down there. It's hot in New Hampshire, about an hour north of Boston. It's hot in Southern California. And yeah, so that's it. All right, let's see. I'm going to do a couple more minutes, and then I think I'll wrap at the bottom of the hour. If anyone has any questions or comments, sarcastic or otherwise, let's see how it goes. Denise has a good question. Am I planning on using any of the 31 videos on other platforms or as a product, etc., for repurposing? Yes, right before you joined, we were talking a little bit. Lon Naylor was asking about how to send Facebook videos to YouTube. So obviously I mentioned Hanny's software, Repurpose.io. I haven't set it up yet for that, only because these first few videos have been a little bit more housekeeping and odds and ends and, you know, suggestions and prompts and stuff like that. But what I'd like to do, hopefully by, you know, the end of the first week, no problem, Denise, is maybe think of this in terms of a series and do something that's a little more organized or something that is a little bit more structured. So, wow. Barb says that over 68% in our challenge are women. That's interesting. I did take a quick look at the stats, and one of the cool things about having the group is you can see the makeup of the group, who's in there, and all that good stuff. Elaine, the software for repurposing your content is called Repurpose.io. Thank you, Denise. And it is spelled like this. And it will take your Facebook Live videos and upload them automatically to your YouTube account or to Google Drive or Dropbox. And then, I don't know, Denise can probably remind me that I think the other one is Simple Social Press, the one that sends your Facebook Lives to your WordPress blog. And I know Denise is a big fan and she uses it which is great because I mean, repurposing is what it's all about. If you're going to do a Facebook Live and you have 5 or 6 viewers live, or 20 or 30 or whatever, and that video lives on, not only on Facebook, but if you can also put it on YouTube and on your blog, then you're going to be getting more bang for your buck. And then Bob also says, we're talking about the Go Live Every Day in August group. And then he says, I have them auto post to an unlisted playlist. So then you can go into YouTube and decide which ones you want to make public and all that, which is cool. And then the other platform is Simple Social Press, which is a WordPress plugin, I guess, that will send your Facebook Lives to your blog. Sorry, I'm just jumping into the questions here. JS has a question. Can you edit the video with Repurpose? It depends on the settings, and Denise may have more clarification than I do. But I think you have to edit them before or change the settings to manual, because otherwise the video is just going to go to YouTube automatically and upload. So if you want to edit it, or you don't want it to go directly, you have to change the settings first so that you can have control to edit it. And Ellen, hello, Ellen. Thanks for the info about repurposing for your YouTube channel. Yeah, I mean, and Denise says no editing through repurpose.io, so you'd have to download it first and kind of do it the old-fashioned way and edit it. And then Ellen, yes, that's the thing. And, you know, I really echo what Denise says, and we talk about this a lot in some of the classes we do together. But if you're going to create content, you need to put it in as many places as possible and give people a chance to see it. There might be people who are on Instagram who are your fans who aren't on Facebook, heaven forbid, or who are more in tune with YouTube. So yeah, if you're going to do a Facebook Live, oh yeah, good old Blab. What happened to Blab? And JS says he doesn't recommend people sending unedited live videos to YouTube. I think it depends on, you know, I mean, with Facebook Live, we're also kind of a little bit loosey-goosey, and, you know, people realize that it's probably not going to be edited because it's live. And if you're a control freak like me, you want to clean up that video and edit it and all that good stuff. So it just depends on your goals and stuff like that. And Denise says she also auto sends her videos to Dropbox and have the video sent out to a folder so you can use the MP3, which is cool. So that's really repurposing, because now you're doing the audio only, you're doing the video, you're getting your video from Facebook Live over to YouTube, which is going to give you more bang for your buck there. JS is saying hi back to Elaine. So yeah, so definitely lots of options there. And I agree, JS, there are definitely different expectations on YouTube than Facebook, because I think, and you know, let me know if you agree, but I think with Facebook Live, there's a little bit more of a kind of live on the fly, informal, casual nature to it, whereas people on YouTube may have different expectations, and they may, you know, want you to be more prepared or less on the go, on the fly. So yeah, I mean, like when I put stuff on YouTube, I typically like to have a little bit more control, but still, for just, you know, getting that video up on YouTube and populating your channel with content, you know, if it's good content, share away and, you know, use Repurpose to send it to YouTube or other places like Denise does. So you got nothing to lose except, you know, if the viewer says, oh my God, that video is terrible. It's like, what do you mean? It's just a Facebook Live video that I sent to YouTube. So I think it just depends on your goals and your branding and the expectations of your viewers. And I've tried to set the bar as low as possible when it comes to expectations. So hopefully that'll work. I mean, you know, we're just, especially with Facebook Live, I mean, as I'm finding even in these first few days, you just kind of got to go with the flow. because, like I said, I was only going to go till 1:30. But hey, if there's more questions, I'll hang out. Denise says it depends on your desired outcomes. I want the video out there, and I make sure the description is clear that it was live, and add links to the related blog post. Yep, good point. So you're telling folks right off the bat, hey, this is not, a typical YouTube video. It's a Facebook Live that I've shared to YouTube. And Elizabeth says, thanks for the email with the calendar. You're welcome. I sent an email this morning because yesterday I was talking about topics. So I basically just sent, a calendar with 31 different topics. It doesn't mean you have to do those every day or follow it along. I don't know if you can print it out. I guess you could probably copy it like with Snagit or Jing and go from there. So yeah, I mean, now we just take a screenshot and print it. Let's see. Elaine says, I see skilled video folks being strategic with what they post on Facebook, realizing that lots of the viewers are replay. Exactly. Yep. And then JS adds, I edited a lot of those 60-minute blab videos and cut out dead air and other issues. So they'd come down to 35 minutes. And then obviously on YouTube, you can add titles, insert visuals, put a call to action, which is great. Some things I think can fly live on no problem on YouTube, but much of it will be better with simple cuts. Yeah, I mean, if you have a specific call to action or you want to make changes to that video before it hits YouTube, absolutely. I mean, you have the opportunity to do that. Cindy, how are you, my friend? Cindy says, love the topic ideas too. Really, when I did like a little poll at the beginning of the Go Live every day in August, the number one concern or challenge was either, I don't know what to say, or I'm afraid I won't sound smart. But you'll sound fine. You'll sound wicked smart. So again, those topic ideas were just, suggestions and thought starters to say, okay, well, what can I talk about today? What's my favorite quote? What's my favorite book? Who's my favorite mentor? What's my proudest moment? What's the craziest thing that ever happened or whatever? I was talking about yesterday, I don't even know how it came up, but I was talking about having, playing the drums in clubs in LA, and the fact that I met John Densmore, the drummer for the Doors, a couple times, which was kind of cool. That was my celebrity brush with fame. JS says YouTube tends to be about scalability, and Facebook Live tends to be much more about relatively lower numbers with high touch points. Yeah, I think I would have to agree with that, because with Facebook Live, it's really all about the engagement and interaction, and the fact that we can do this, I can show your questions and show your comments and react in real time to them. Whereas, I mean, mostly YouTube, I find myself, and I've been on there since the beginning, since 2005, for tips videos, promotional videos, videos to basically build my brand and build credibility. I guess you could do the same thing on Facebook Live, but I really like the back and forth nature of that, which is, yes, you're in my living room hanging out, or empty office, as it were, because I'm moving and everything is packed except my drums, my electronic drums, and now I'm knocking over my microphone. Whoa, sorry about that, guys. All right, so, oh, thank you, Cindy. Yeah, so anyway, there was a method to my madness. I could have just said go to the Facebook group and join us, but I want to make sure that I'm engaging everyone and able to send them daily prompts. So I did have folks register through lead pages, and that way I can build the list and stay in touch and all that good stuff. Wendy has a good question, which I'm not sure I know the answer to. Is there a way to live stream to multiple platforms at the same time, including Facebook? I have found tools that do it excluding Facebook. If you are a super power user, crazy, Facebook live stream expert, like Joel Comm, who I think sometimes has 2 or 3 different cameras going. I've seen him broadcast or live stream to several platforms at once. And JS says you can do it with B Live, Wirecast, and OB, which I assume is OBS. So yeah, I mean, you can definitely do it. You can definitely rig things, and there's lots of workarounds. But again, as JS was pointing out, the viewers and the expectations are going to be different for each platform. So in some cases, it's better to just do it and then repurpose it after the fact. Or if you say, okay, well, damn, this video is a half hour long, I'm not going to be able to upload it to Instagram, because Instagram can only do 1 minute at a time unless you're live. So, you know, it depends on the platform, as in many cases. And Denise says she's seen people using desktop and smartphone to Facebook Live and Instagram Live. That makes sense. And I'm actually surprised that Facebook doesn't let you go to Instagram Live automatically, because they obviously they own Instagram, and their ads are so intertwined. I'm sure there's a strategic reason for it, but you'd think like, oh, hey, I'm going to go on Facebook Live. Is there a way to do Instagram Live at the same time? And as JS points out, there's a number of hardware ways to do it, like Live Stream Studio has a hardware and software solution. And yeah, I mean, you're getting into like, when you're getting into some heavy duty stuff, you know, like if you've got a Mevo camera and Wirecast, and OBS, and all these other things, you know, there's a lot more you can do, but it's a matter of what do you want to do. For me, doing a Facebook Live with BeLive.tv and having to monitor the comments is about as much as my little brain can take. If I had somebody else here doing a switcher or doing multiple cameras or something, that would be different. But when it's just me and Rocco the Pug, I'm trying to keep it relatively simple. I can always repurpose the video after it's done. So simultaneous broadcasts, sure, there are ways to do it, but for me at least, I'm not there yet. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how it plays out in terms of where you can broadcast at the same time. Hey, Travis, how are you, man? I haven't talked to you in ages. Yeah, so as JS says, try and juggle multiple places where viewers are interacting, because I've seen Joel do like this. Okay, I'm going to do Snapchat and Instagram and at the same time, and you know, there's comments coming from this one and comments coming from that one, and you're really trying to multitask in a way that's probably going to make the broadcast a little rougher. Well, yeah, and so that's a good point that Wendy makes about leveraging your time. And again, if you're going to broadcast, you might as well be in front of as many eyeballs as possible. So yeah, so repurpose away, and try and leverage your time and try and get the biggest bang for the buck. So I am not sending these to YouTube yet, but like I said earlier, if I decide in this 31-day challenge that I'm going to start to do more of a series or a theme or a show or something like that, then I'll start to send those to different platforms. And Denise points out that Mike at Toasted and Roasted in Los Angeles does it with desktop and phone when he's roasting beans and talks about the process. And that, I find that amazing. I mean, Mike's really smart and he's doing this thing and I'm like, okay, oh my God, there's a 45-minute video of talking about the process of, you know, making coffee and roasting the coffee beans. And he gets some pretty good viewership. I mean, it's, you know, the quality is not the greatest sometimes, but it's really fascinating. So JS, a little plug for Be Live. See what you think. They do have a free trial. I like it. I really like the way I can pop these things on the screen and go back and say, oh, what was that earlier question? And Bob says, hey to Travis. That's right. Your name came up when we were talking about the old days with Mitch Meyerson and guerrilla marketing stuff and all the stuff we were doing. It's really kind of like a family reunion sometimes when you get on these Facebook things, which is kind of fun. So worlds are colliding. And hi, Joe. And my man from Staten Island, Craig, is in Vermont. Hey, you can come by New Hampshire and visit me. I saw you driving by Santa's Village or Storyland or one of those places today. So if you go back through New Hampshire, let me know, and we'll catch up. So Craig is doing his New England tour, and Craig is brilliant with apps and tech and that kind of stuff. He's just vacationing in Vermont. And Denise remembers those days too. Like, that's kind of how we all started in this craziness. I think I know we took some classes together with Mitch Meyerson, maybe Michael Port, maybe Adam Urbanski, and Travis, who is awesome and knows everybody. I think, and I may be wrong here, but Travis is one of the few people that I've known for like literally 9 or 10 years, and I still don't think we've met in person. Is that true? Is that possible? I don't know. But anyway, so it's like friends in real life. Awesome. Let me see if I missed any questions before we start to wrap up here. It's hot and sunny out, and I'm going to take Rocco out for a W-A-L-K. He knows the word W-A-L-K, and if I say it, he'll go crazy. So I'm spelling it because Rocco can't spell yet. All right, so let's wrap it up with a little quick little message, outro message. And bye, Denise. Thank you. Good to see you virtually. Thank you for visiting, and we will catch you next time. Thanks, everybody. So yeah, I think we'll wrap it up here. I don't see any other questions. Thanks again for popping in. We'll put this, actually, I think Bob already put it in the Go Live group. It's day 3, August 3rd. We're doing Go Live every day in August. If you haven't joined, you still can. I'll put a link below. It's free and it's fun, and there's a lot of cool people in there. So if you want to experiment with Facebook Live, feel free to join us. Have a great day as well in Steamboat. Good to hear from you. Travis, Craig, Denise, JS, Barb, Joe, everybody. Appreciate you being here. We will see you next time. Bye for now.